I've not seen this, so we're watching this together as friends on the internet.
Johnny Somali. Johnny Somali is, of course, up in South Korea. And legal dick sucker, lives in Southeast Asia. Now, if you were to ask Ethan Ralph, this is for sex tourism. However, I don't know what he's truly doing up there. I think that would surprise some people. My understanding is that he was a real estate attorney in Florida and then decided that Florida wasn't hot and shitty enough. So he moved to like Thailand or Vietnam or some shit because he really wants things to be hot and shitty all the fucking time. And Florida just wasn't cutting it. So Legal Mindset went up to South Korea and observed or got transcripts from the court hearing, and he branded this. So it's from Legal Mindset. I don't know if he wrote this himself or this is like the official transcript, but judge asked him for is like really berating him. He's like. It says, state your current address in Korean. It says, it's Sangpa. I don't know the exact address. And the judge says, don't you know the building number and the apartment number? And the defendant says, not off the top of my head because I don't speak Korean. The judge says, they're numbers. You can say them in English. You don't remember. So then he says the apartment number. Your nationality, United States of America. That's your nation, not your nationality. Says, okay, this is the process. This is the charges. The first count is for obstruction of business. On October 17th, at a convenience store in Mapagu, Seoul, the defendant engaged in behavior that obstructed the victim's business. Specifically, the defendant imposed himself on other customers, creating an unsafe and uncomfortable environment by playing loud music and unpleasant sounds and dancing inappropriately. When an elderly employee of the convenience store asked him to stop, the defendant responded by spilling cup ramen soup on the table and verbally abusing her with profanity. By carrying out those actions, the defendant intentionally disrupted the normal operations of the business. Yeah, I can imagine Korean people get pissed off about that. Korean people have like Confucius, and I want to say it's Taoism. There's a thing in Korea and China where they have like two equal components, where they have like Confucianism and I think Taoism, and they're kind of like the core facets of what makes up their cultural identity. And a huge part of that is ancestry honoring. So you're never, ever, ever mean to old people in those countries. If you want to get fucked up real bad, go to Korea or China and find an old person and disrespect them in public. That is a very, very fast way to get your ass in a lot of shit for a very long time. Legalism. Okay, the second count of the violation of the Minor Offenses Act, the defendant engaged in disruptive behavior by intentionally obstructing passersby in a bus and other public areas. Specifically, he approached numerous individuals who did not know him, brandishing a plastic bag containing a rotten fish, which he aggressively shook in their direction. Simultaneously, he loudly shouted at others in the vicinity, creating a disturbance. His actions caused anxiety and discomfort among those present, and the result of a series of menacing provocations without justifiable grounds. We need this shit in the U.S. If you're on public transit and you do something stupid, you should be in fucking jail indefinitely without bond until you learn your fucking lesson. Like we need this. Why do South Korean public transits? Why are they so nice? Because if you wave a rotten fish around in a South Korean train, you will go to fucking jail. That's why. On Thursday, October 23rd, so this is like a crime spree, basically. The defendant boarded a bus and subway. Oh no, here we go again. Hopefully no old people are involved in this one where he's truly f***ed. And in the process, the defendant disturbed other people's peace by playing loud music and disturbing sounds. Get this prosecutor in the U.S. You playing loud music on the bus, straight to jail. Straight to jail. He was also performing with pull-ups and sexual movements such as twerking. I would love to know what the... Hold up. There isn't a direct Korean word for twerking. You can describe it with phrases like hip dong sil chum, which means hip shaking dance, or iong deongi hyong delugi chum, meaning buttock shaking dance. So if you want to sit yourself in the court, that's the sound that you would have heard when he described twerking to the judge. So by causing this commotion, he did make other people feel uneasy, annoyed, or offended by his conduct. The judge said the defendant received a copy of the indictments, blah, blah, blah. The defendant admits guilt on the 3 counts stated, and after considering the details, will make a decision on the new count. Oh, there's a new indictment. Prosecutor says there's a new indictment to be merged into the case, the details of which will be read at the next trial date. And then he pleads guilty. He says, I'm fucking guilty. I'm just fucking stupid, Your Honor. Next hearing on April 9th. That is expedient. That's next month. Okay. Yeah, thank God he recorded all the evidence, huh? That's stupid.